God, spirit, wind, lawyer of the GMS Mississippi camp, giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kahakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. And today I want to go into a topic. Entitled, the choice of every tribe. The choice of every tribe, or the choice fruit of every tribe. If you look at the Most High's creation, there's always a choice grape, choice olives, choice gold, like the gold of Ophir. You know what I'm saying? But I heard the apostles, I got to get some of the lesson the elder apostle Gabar did last night. And he was talking about, the nation of Israel, 12 tribes. He was like, the Most High is going to reserve the best out of every tribe. I never thought about it like that. I never looked at it like that. Like, the 12,000 is the best out of every tribe. When it says in Revelation 7, of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. So Abba Willam, we are the elect. You are the choice. You are the best of that nation, man. Going back to the definition of first fruit, where it says the best out of the class. The best out of his class, man. And I just passed the truck. They had a watermelon on it. First fruit. See? So not only are you a prince of Yashar, prince of the power, Yashar Allah, he prince of the power. You're the choice. The choice. You're the best. Abba willing, we are the elect. You are the best, man. So that's just something that instills power and confidence in me. Like, you're the best out of your nation, man. What was it about the 12,000 of every tribe, man, in which they got saved and they got reserved? They were the best. Look at our forefather Noah. The Most High brought the world through him. He brought back the world through Noah. He brought back the knowledge that the sons of Adam had, the sons of God. And he brought it back to Noah. He brought a nation through Noah. Because Noah was the progenitor of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see? So he's going to bring our nation back through the 12 tribes. Through the 12,000 out of the 12 tribes. Through the 12,000 out of the 12 tribes, man. You see? So, once again, going back to Ezra, Most High has a favorite land, a favorite flower, a favorite animal, a favorite people. But out of those favorite people, he has choice people out of every tribe. So out of every tribe which makes up that people, that nation, that family, he has a choice selection out of every tribe of those people. The elect. All right? If you look up the word elite, all right, you look up its etymology. Amazingly, its etymology goes back to elect, chosen, choice, superior. So, look, that's pretty much the point. The elect are the choice. So the Most High, and what I've learned is to not gauge yourself off the values of the world. because the Most High is an elite, you know, and in our culture really is the progenitor of something called class. Our culture, the Hebrew way, is the origin of etiquette, of class, because the things that make up etiquette, the things that make up high culture, it came from Israel. And when I went into the history, and I brought out the book before, it's a book called Etiquette. And you know, when you go into France during the, I want to say the Dark Ages, when France was first introduced to class, they got it by way of the Crusades. Because during the Crusades, there were trade routes between Europe and the Middle East. And a lot of the customs that came to France came by way of the Middle East. See, when you think of the Middle East, you might think of like the desert, tents. But going into our history, all right, although there was the Middle East, you know, there was tents. We had tent culture, all right. We also had class, man, and etiquette. You know, the laws first and foremost. Even within those laws, you know, you go into Sirach, the book of Sirach or Sirach, all right, it goes into etiquette. There's different definitions for etiquette, but I remember looking up the word etiquette in the etymology, and there's a French word that meant little signs, like little customs, you know. And that's what the book of Sirach is. It's a book of little signs, little customs, little cues, you know. And surprisingly, but non-surprisingly, it all goes back to Israel, man. But going back, this is the behavior of a choice people, of a superior people, man. You know? Some of us watch shows like Bridgerton, I think it's called Bridgerton Select. Or you'll watch certain shows and the music they'll have playing in the background is straight Mozart, man. You know? Those were the original concerts. And you know, if you ever listen to Mozart, it's sort of, what's the word? The music is lively. Like Jake like that lively music, like you driving and the music bumping and shit. Jake like that live band inside his car. But during the Dark Ages, right, or the classical period, right? Man, Mozart was jamming back then. It was just different. It was high class. It was high class, soulful people. And what Esau tries to suppress, and you know, we bring it out later. I just put it out like that. What Esau tries to suppress, or he makes an effort to suppress, is a prominent people. A noble people. He makes the effort to suppress superior people, man. But that's Jake. Superior, soulful people. Like, hey, what DJ Khaled said, we the best. He makes an effort to suppress that noble stock, man. But just imagine, because now Jake celebrates low culture, because that's what was fed to him. That low culture. Debauchery, gluttony, drunkenness. But no, Jake is a very prominent nation, man. You know? I was watching the movie The Banker, because the brother was putting me on the movie The Banker, right? The brother, Quana Yash. And a long story short, I think his name is Anthony Mackie. When he first saw Samuel L. Jackson's character in the movie, he didn't want to do business with him. He was like, he's a fucking degenerate, because Samuel L. Jackson character was at a bar surrounded by 3 women and shit, right? But you know, Anthony Mackie was like very structured, you know, refined, so to speak. He was like, I'm not doing business with a degenerate, and that was the mentality of Jake. The culture that we had was high culture. So you will look at this shit like, man, these are fucking a bunch of degenerates. Esau feeds us low culture, because because it feels good to the flesh, right? But then he tells the world, we're a bunch of degenerates, but you fed us low culture. You think a prince of the power would be into low culture? You think the Most High would allow us to embrace low culture? See? So that's why King David was in King Solomon's house or palace playing with the harp. You see? And certain brothers have been in this truth and so long, and they've been immersed in this truth, that I can see that refinement through them. I can see that regality through them. I can put their face in the scriptures like, okay, I get it, because you know brothers that got that etiquette about themselves, you know brothers that got that taste about themselves, that bearing and royal bearing about themselves, man. You know? You know, so you know, it's your pot, it's a your pot thing, man. But the Most High, once again, not only does he have a chosen people out of the 12 tribes that make up that chosen people, he has a select choice of people out of those people. And hopefully it's us, because we're doing what those people would do, and that would be to prophesy the downfall of Babylon. You know? But once again, Esau wants you just to be some low-level dude, man. And Esau wants you to think that black culture is the shit. Like, ironically, your enemy gave you black culture, so you should have. That should be for examination right there. Your enemy is fueling and financing black culture through the music, through the food. You know. But then look at the mentality of Jake. Jake virtually, culturally has no God. The only God is really Esau, Edom, or a woman. He doesn't have a monolithic framework. So he just follows Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. But they belong to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. But they don't follow Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Blessings, health, and wellness to the house of everything elect. The Bible, from Yahshua,